Mindsetters. How do we build a multi-million-dollar wholesaling business through cold calling and other direct-to-seller outreach campaigns without giving up or getting frustrated along the way? Well, we get deep into this with Brent Daniels of Wholesaling Inc. in this episode, and there is some must-listen-to nuggets. You're not going to want to miss this. Let's get into it. This is the Investor Mindset Podcast. What are some of the biggest challenges that you see new investors, new wholesalers falling into from the work that you've done?
A couple different things. Number one is consistency. So the beautiful thing about being an entrepreneur is you can start it today. We live in America. You can go out and you can do it. The downside is there's no accountability, right? Nobody's watching you. There's no boss. There's no time cards. There's no, you know what I mean? The only scorecard is your bank account. So it's you know, a lot of people need to be motivated or have some accountability, which I think that's why a lot of people go towards mentorship or coaching or something along those lines, or maybe it's a meetup group, or maybe it's, you know, a group on Facebook or something like that to share and have a community. But I think a lot of people, Stephen, feel like they're on an island by themselves. And when you're on an island by yourselves, whenever something happens that is negative or tough or difficult, you feel like you have nowhere to turn. You internalize it, and when you internalize it, that's when we start hallucinating. That's when all the craziness stuff happens. That's why I suggest, I love you have a big stack of books behind you. You need to read every single day to plunge out all that crap that goes into our head every day. Right? You got to plunge out. That's what these books are for. It's a mental plunger to get rid of all the crap so that you can be focused on and put really good thoughts into your head. And books do that better than anything that I've experienced, for sure. And I read that Go Giver behind you every week for a year in 2016, and my business is 10x.
That book changed my life dramatically.
Yep.
I mean, it's one of those books where when you realize it and they tell it in such a compelling story, it's a fiction book, but it's written with nonfiction lessons in it. And it's one that I really encourage people to go and read because at the end of the day, contribution is the key to fulfillment.
Well, the
and
number
success.
one, you know, the law of value, that's what turned everything for me. I always wanted, it was me, it was my income, it was this, that, everything. And once I turned that out and I was like, I'm going to go bananas. I'm going to be relentless on the phone. I'm going to be networking with everybody. I'm going to be talking to everybody. I'm going to just go out and go crazy. And everything's exploded from there. You know what I mean? It really has. Life has been really, really great when you're in action, when you're reaching out, and like the law says, when you're providing value.
Huge. So tell me a little bit about how you define success and what's success to you.
I think success is fulfillment. I know that sounds kind of like a I don't know, some sort of Instagram post or something, you know what I mean? But I really do. I really think there's a big difference, I think, between passion and purpose. You know what I mean? Passion, I think, is a flash in the pan. Passion is something that kind of gets you motivated and is inspirational. But I think real purpose is what is success. And I think if you're fortunate enough to find your purpose, and it could be anything, whatever you want it to be, whatever. And you do have kids and you do have a family and you do show them that, hey, listen, you can go after what fulfills you. I think that's one of the greatest lessons of all time. So I think success to me is fulfillment. It obviously helps when, you know, that fulfillment comes with, you know, financial prosperity, you know, but I think that we're in a beautiful industry that marries both of them. It's a beautiful marriage between the two of them where you can have that fulfillment and you can make a boatload of money. I mean, it's crazy.
It really does. You can definitely have both. And so I'm curious, you know, with that definition of success, do you feel successful?
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, I love it. I am happy every day. I am the freedom that I have in my schedule. I love my purpose in life is the coaching that I'm doing. I love it more than anything. Every single one of my students has my personal cell phone number. I love it. I don't care. They text me, I text back, call, whatever. And this isn't an ad. I'm just literally telling you, I love it that much. People think I'm crazy, but it really fulfills me. It really brings me a lot of joy, and I get to spend a lot of time with my family. I don't have any debts, and I think life is great. And that all comes from this industry. It all comes from the opportunities that everybody has. There's 6 to 10% of the market is in distress. It is a conveyor belt. Everybody's worried about the market or the economy or the election or everything. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You still have to talk to people, and there's still going to be people that are in distress that need you to help them solve a problem. So I'm excited. I love it. I think we could do this forever. So that's a really exciting thing about our business.
Beautiful. And mindsetters, I hope you guys can find something you can get this excited and passionate about. I know you can. So keep on listening and keep on searching for that. So Brent, tell me, what are some of your keystone habits, the things you do on a daily or weekly basis that have led to this foundation for your success?
I think that any text message, it's very difficult for me to go to bed without responding to every text message that I got throughout the day. I think that that's a really important thing. I don't care if it's something menial. I don't care if it's business or non-business related. People reaching out to you and communicating. Now, if it's a stranger or a text blast or something, I'm not responding to that. But, the people that I know, that's one of the big things that I have. You got to keep your mindset strong, and you got to exercise, of course, at least a few times a week, if not more. I think that you don't have to get too obsessed, because I really do think that you could go down a rabbit hole, and that would reduce productivity, because you're too exhausted to keep the energy high. And I think it's a great idea to think every single day to start at zero, right? Zero money in the bank, zero deals coming in, zero opportunities, and start that day fresh. Because the number one thing I think that really makes a difference between the people that are crushing it in our business and the people that are just dabbling is that hunger. And I think if you keep that hunger, even after you've been successful, even after you've paid off your debts, even after you've got investments, even after all that stuff, then you can keep your energy because you love what you do. If you love this, then you can have authentic enthusiasm.
Thank you for listening to the Investor Mindset Podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure to rate, review, subscribe, and share with a friend. Head over to theinvestormindset.com to join the Insider Club, where we share tools and strategies from the top investors and entrepreneurs on how to take it to the next level.